Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am just delighted to be here visiting with you today. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be talking today about leads, the killing lead, mostly opening leads, and these apply against suit contracts and no trumps. We'll discuss a little of each. And also, they apply each time you lead the suit for the very first time during the hand. So let's have a look and you'll see what I'm talking about. My name's Barbara Segram, and feel free to email me with questions anytime at barbarasegram@gmail.com. Thank you. Here we go. First of all, I've got some pictures for you just for fun, so that you remember what it was like in the old days when we used to all play bridge at real tables, in a real room with nice people, lovely people, our friends. So this is just to remind you because it's coming, and I don't want you to just stick with online bridge. When we come back to this, this is what it's going to be all about. Remember when we used to eat at bridge tables? And what fun. Okay, so now to talk about our lesson, I want you to imagine the face of your partner and how you feel about that person. Do you love them? Do you like them? Do you not like them, but you like to play bridge with them? Whatever. But now I want you to think it, rethink it, and think about how do you feel about that person when they don't return your lead, when you really, really, really wanted them to return your lead. So that kind of changes things, doesn't it? So these are the types of headaches you can get. You've got the migraine headache, you've got hypertension, you've got stress, and you've got the migraine headache or the headache when partner doesn't lead back your suit. So it's not always right to lead back partner's suit, but it often is, and you'll never be criticized for it. So we need telepathy so that we can read our partner's mind. Now, of course, that's hard to do, but we can make it easy for partner, and we can communicate effectively and give signals and messages so that partner can read your mind a little bit. So you've got to help your partner when you can by making overcalls to make her lead your suit, or by your bids, or by making lead directing doubles. And we're going to talk a little about all of these things. And so now we're going to have a little review on opening leads. Now give me a second. Okay, so what would you lead if you had and you could have a little notepad with you, would be handy. And then you can jot down what you think is the right answer, because I won't give you very long, but then you'll know that you've done the right thing or that you need some help. Okay, so when you have the ace king 5-2 against a trump suit contract, in the world of modern day bridge, you lead the ace with the ace king, kind of along the lines of top of sequence, okay? Now, you will be surprised to know that that really only applies on opening lead against a suit contract. In what we call the mid-game, if you have the ace king, you actually lead the king. The mid-game is anything other than the opening lead. And in the mid-game, if you lead the king, you promise to have either the queen or the ace as well. But if you lead the ace, this is the kicker, if you lead an ace against a suit contract partway through the hand, you say, I do not have the king. Okay? Now, if that's a bit much for you, or you've never heard it before, you think I'm just making it up, just don't give it another thought. Leave it alone. You'll come back to it one day later in your career. But that is a fact, okay? Now, the ace king 5-2 against a no trump contract, what would you lead? Yes, you would lead the 2. You see, there's no danger of your ace and king being trumped in a no trump contract. So you can lead the 2, and even if your opponent wins with the queen, Later, when your opponent gets on lead, she can lead back the suit and you'll score your partner, excuse me. When your partner gets on lead, she can lead back the suit and you'll score the ace and the king. And hopefully by then, maybe even the 5 will be high. That is our hope. Now, the top of a sequence is the absolute best lead in bridge. So better than anything, okay? Except against a suit contract, our very favorite is the ace from the ace king. But if you don't have that, then you want to lead the top of a sequence. So it takes precedence over 4th best, bottom of something, any of those, it takes precedence. So you lead the king. The better the sequence, the better the lead. So if you had the king, queen, jack of diamonds and the queen, jack, 10 of hearts, you'd be better to choose the king of diamonds because you're more likely to be able to develop a trick faster in that suit. Okay, so those on the previous page, that was a perfect sequence. King, queen, jack, 10, jack, 10, 9. Now the king, queen, 10, that's called a broken sequence. Queen, jack, 9, jack, 10, 8. And you still lead the top of the sequence. Partner will give you a message. For example, if your partner had the jack 8-2 and you led the king, she should signal with the 8, playing standard signaling, and that's what we're working on today. If you're playing upside down or other carding methods, then you'll just convert what I'm saying into whatever method you're using, okay? I'm not going to say with this you do that, that'll just confuse people. So we're going to lead the king, and if partner has the jack 8-2, then she would play the 8. Okay, now against a trump suit contract, if you had the queen, jack 9, you'd lead the queen. The king, queen 10, you'd lead the king. The jack 10, 8, you'd lead the jack. And against a no trump contract, same, top of a broken sequence. Now, if you have a suit that looks like this, some people say, well, that's a broken sequence. No, that's just plain broken. That is not a sequence, okay? So we would not lead the king here because when you lead an honor in a trump suit contract or no trumps or anytime you lead an honor, it says, I swear by all that's holy in any religion, I have the card underneath it, okay? So the lead of the king promises the queen, unless you're playing some other method. Now, against a suit contract, if you had the king, queen, 5-2, it wouldn't be our favorite lead because it's not the top of a perfect sequence. But we would have to lead the king because the thing is that if you lead the small one, okay, if you lead 4th best and lead the 2, then the opponents can win it with the jack, and then later they'll play their ace, and you'll never get to win a trick with the king or the queen. So if you're going to lead this suit, you'll lead the king, okay? Not our favorite, but if you're going to do it, that's what you're going to lead. Against a no trump contract, however, you would lead the 2, 4th of longest and strongest. And if you had the king, queen, 5-4-2, you'd lead the 4, playing standard. Okay, so now the king 8-6-3, you're going to lead the 3. If you have the king 8-6-3 against a no trump contract, you're still going to lead the 3. King 8-6-4-2, you're going to lead the 4. And with the 9-5-2 playing traditionally, you'll lead the 9. Now we call that is Boston, by the way, the wonderful, magnificent city of Boston. And I created an acronym about 35 or 40 years ago called Boston. And it stands for the bottom of something and the top of nothing. So that's just to help you to remember. So you lead the 2. If you have the king 8-5-2, you have a something. And if you have a nothings, the 9-5-2, you lead the 9, top of nothing. And then partner doesn't have to lead it back. Now, if you have the ace 7-5-2, against a suit contract, what will you lead? So the correct answer to that is, I will lead another suit. That's what I want you to have said. I wish you were here so that I could see it either in the chat bar or by conversation, what you actually said. But you're not going to lead this suit at all. You're going to wait until it's led for you against a suit contract normally. Against a no trump contract, we can lead the two. So that is called under leading an ace or leading away from an ace. It's a perfectly respectable thing to do against a no trump contract. It is unwise to do it against a suit contract on opening lead. Here's why. Supposing you led the two here. Okay, let's have a look. Supposing you led the two of diamonds and it went four of diamonds, and your partner were to now play the jack of diamonds. Okay, and now you play a declarer, wins the king. It's a trump suit contract. Now hearts are trumps. Now she's going to lead her diamond, and it's going to go small diamond, and she's going to trump it in dummy. She's going to get back to her hand. She's going to lead another diamond, and she's going to trump it in the dummy. And you never got to score a single trick with your ace of diamonds. And that is most unfortunate. Otherwise, what I call it a sin. So on opening lead, please don't underlead an ace or lead away from an ace, okay? It's not wise, and we want your telephone to ring. So the king jack 10-4 against a no trump contract. Against a no trump contract, we would lead the jack, and that's called the top of an interior sequence. Against a suit contract, well, if you had to lead that suit because they bid all the others twice each, then you'd lead the jack. But really, it would be better for you to not lead this suit at all and wait until it's led for you by someone else, preferably partner. Now, so partner, when partner bids a suit, it's a good idea to lead her suit if you don't have anything better to lead. But if you do have something better, like our sequences that we talked about, or the ace and the ace-king combination, we would prefer to lead that. Now, so if she's opened the bidding with one club or one diamond and you have something better to lead, lead it. If she's opened the bidding with one heart or one spade and you've got something better to do, lead it. Okay? Now, if she's bid a suit and you have the queen 5-2, you're going to lead the two. That's important to know that. Some people think that you lead the top of partner's bid suit. You do not do that. That's only back in 1939. So you lead a small one, bottom of something. And with doubletons, they're always high-low, and you lead the 9. Now, the difference, the exception comes when you have the 9-5-2. If you have raised her suit, you still would lead top of nothing, the 9. Partner will know that if you raised her suit, you cannot have a doubleton. Okay, very important. You cannot have a doubleton if you have raised her suit. But if you have not raised her suit, if you have 3 small, you're going to lead a small one. It is more important for her to know that you have 3 or more than for her to know if you have an honor or not. Okay, so when you have not raised your suit. Now, if you want this written down, you can email me at barbarasegram@gmail.com, and I'll send you a set of notes that will have all this information, and it'll also have a quiz in it. Okay. Now, short suit leads are great leads. Singletons, doubletons, they're always usually good leads, but they're particularly good leads when you have something in your hand that's called control of trump. So if you have the ace and one little trump, we want to have the little trump so that we've got something to do the trumping with. We don't want to rough anything with our good ace. So we want to be able to get in, and then we'll be able to lead a suit back to partner, get partner on lead, and then she can give you a rough. So we love to lead singletons or doubletons. Doubletons are not great leads, but they are better leads if you have control of trumps, the ace and one little trump or the king and two little trumps. Now, when do we lead trumps? When it's gone one spade, one no trump, two hearts, pass. Now, when partner, well, we'll go back to that. If your partner has bid one no trump, she may or may not like spades, depending on whether you're playing 2/1 or standard. But then when she bids two hearts and the responder passes, partner, the responder has a distinct preference for hearts than spades. So most likely, this hand has one little spade and she's got some little hearts, which means now the declarer is going to rough her little spades over in dummy with dummy's little hearts. So that's a good time to lead trumps. It's also a good time to lead trumps when partner has passed your takeout double. When she's passed your takeout double, she's got 3 sure trump tricks and an outside ace. Let's have a look. It goes 1 diamond double, and this hand says pass. And your partner will normally respond to your takeout double, but when she has 3 sure tricks in the trump suit and an outside ace, then she can pass your takeout double. So that's a time when you want to cut down on dummy's roughing power. Poor declarer's stuck in 1 diamond. She's not going to have a lovely time playing it. So you want to take the roughs away from the dummy, and you do lead a trump right then. Another time that's a good time to lead a trump is when you are defending against a slam contract. Let's say you're defending against a slam contract and hearts are trumps. Well, you don't want to underlead your ace. So they're in 6 hearts. The south hand is in 6 hearts and you're sitting west. You don't want to underlead your ace. You don't want to lead your ace, or declarer's king is going to develop into a trick. You don't want to underlead your king against a slam, because then your partner likely doesn't have anything and you might be leading right into declarer's ace queen. So a nice neutral passive lead on this hand would be the 8 of hearts or the 2 of hearts, whatever your fancy. Okay, try not to lead a singleton trump. It usually helps declarer. If the declarer has 9 trumps between herself and the dummy, then, and you have a singleton, then most likely your partner's got 3. And if it happens to be the queen and 2 little ones, then you've just sort of given the show away and you've located the queen, so to speak. Okay, so not a good idea to lead a singleton trump. One more, and then we're going to go and play a hand. Okay, 1 no trump, pass, 3 no trump. Now, what will we lead with this hand? Some of you will choose to lead the 5 of spades. Some of you will choose to lead the 4 of hearts. I don't think any of you are going to lead a diamond. And I don't know how many of you will choose a club. But I want to introduce you to my favorite rule. You know the rule of 7, the rule of 11, the rule of 15, the rule of 20, and there's so many more. There is the rule of 40. That's my favorite. That's mine. The rule of 40. I want you to always use the rule of 40 on every single hand when you're defending or when you're the declarer. So when you're defending and they've bid 1 no, 3 no, they have approximately 26 high card points between them, approximately. This hand has 15 to 17. Give her an average of 16. Partner has about 10, that's 26. And you sitting in this hand, now add your points to that. You have 14 high card points here. That's 26 and 14. Now that leaves your partner, that's 40. That leaves your partner, since there are only 40 high card points in the deck, That leaves partner with no high card points whatsoever. And so it's terribly important now that you not do fourth best, which we've learned at mother's knee, to lead fourth best. If we lead fourth of our longest and strongest here, partner, the reason we lead fourth of longest and strongest is because we hope that partner's got some stuff. But here, you know that partner's got nothing. You'll be able to tell just by looking at her face. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so you're going to lead, you're going to not lead the 4 of hearts, and you're not going to lead the 5 of spades, and you're not going to lead a diamond. So when you can't work out what to lead, work out what not to lead. You are going to lead the 9 of clubs, top of nothing, and let them win a club trick. Then they will try to develop a trick in hearts. They'll lead, let's say they lead a small heart from dummy, small heart, and they now play the king of hearts from their hand. Now you'll win it with the ace. And what will you do now? You'll lead back another club. Let's say they now try to score a spade trick. It'll go spade, spade, queen. You'll win it with the king. And guess what? You lead back yet another club. Okay? And that is called passive defense when you know that your partner's got sweet nothing. Okay? Very sad. Okay. And so we've talked about sometimes a trump is the safest lead against a slam. Now let's have a look. Just a minute. We're going to go to another screen now, and we're going to have a look at a hand. So the bidding goes on this hand. 1 no trump by South, who's the dealer, pass, and North is going to use Stamen, normal Stamen, and South is going to bid 2 hearts because responding to, responding to Stamen, we bid our cheapest major first, traditionally, and now pass, and North now has enough points for game, and now bids 3 no trump because they are not impressed with the fact that South has 4 hearts. It goes back to North again, and North thinks to herself, now why on earth did South bid? I'm sorry, it goes 3 no trump by North pass, and it goes back to South, who thinks, why on earth did North bid Stamen if they don't have a 4-card major? Well, the fact is North does have a 4-card major, but she didn't like hearts. So if she doesn't like hearts, there's only 2 majors in the deck, so she must have 4 spades. So South must now bid 4 spades. Pass, pass, pass. Now, right, it just falls out of your hand, the opening lead of the ace of clubs. So it goes ace of clubs, 9 of clubs, 2 of clubs, 7 of clubs. And now West stops and thinks, you know what? South bid 2 hearts, and North has 3 of them. That's 7 hearts accounted for. And I, sitting West, have 5. Well, that's 12. How many hearts can my partner have? Partner has at most a singleton heart. So now we're just going to switch, or shift, as we say, to a heart. And declarer can be very coy and play a high card to confuse the enemy. Okay, she wins the ace of hearts, and now she draws trumps. Now, when you are looking for roughs, you don't want to do second hand low. You don't want to ruff with aces, and you want to preserve as many spades in your partner's hand as possible. So you hop up with the ace of spades, and now you give your partner a ruff. Now, when you're giving your partner a ruff, I know this is just a review for most of you, and you can send it on to your partner. When we're giving our partner a ruff, we can tell her what to lead back when she's finished ruffing. So we want her to lead back the lower ranking of the 2 remaining suits. So we lead a low card for her to ruff. You to do that anyway, because when you led the ace, it said, I also have the king most of the time. So now partner still has a trump left. And so she's going to lead back a high club for partner to win. And that says, I want another heart. Okay, so now it doesn't matter what partner leads back. So we just lead a middle one and a heart and a heart. And now we have scored 5 tricks and they are down 1. And they will tremble when you come to their table, you can betcha. Let's have one more hand. Okay. So now the bidding goes on this hand. North is the dealer and is going to open the bidding with 1 diamond. Pass. And south, of course, is going to bid 1 heart. And north should now bid 2 no trump. Because they are balanced with 18 or 19 high card points, and they don't have a singleton or a void. That's a promise. And so therefore, South knows that they have at least an 8 card heart fit, and therefore South is now going to bid 4 hearts because she knows there's enough points there for that too. So now West is going to make the opening lead. When we select the opening lead, we don't want to lead the ace of spades because we don't have the king. We don't want to lead a trump, and we don't want to lead diamonds because the dummy bid diamonds to start with. So when you can't work out what to lead, work out what not to lead. We try to lead the unbid suit. I'm sorry, I have messed up the bidding here. My apologies. So sorry. I get a little careless with that. There we go. I'm so sorry. 1 diamond, pass, 1 heart, pass, 2 no trump. And you're probably hollering at me and I can't hear you. There you go, 4 hearts. Actually, I usually say, I'm just making sure you're paying attention. Okay, so not a diamond, not a spade, not a trump, the unbid suit. 9 of clubs. So declarer plays a small one from the dummy, and the defender, your partner, plays the queen of clubs. And now she knows partner has maybe only 3 small clubs, but it was the 9, so it's top of nothing, which means declarer's got the jack and the 10 for that matter. So therefore, since we can see the dummy, because if partner had the 10, she would have led from the 10-9, she would have led the 10. So now we know the declarer has the jack and the 10. So we know that partner's got a doubleton, as a matter of fact. Ace of clubs, club, 2 of clubs, club. And now we can give partner a ruff. So we don't have any preference for what she should lead back. So we just lead any old club. And partner roughs it. And now partner is going to cash what we call the setting trick. And now 4 hearts is down 1. And I know you would have figured that out. There we go. Sorry, what happened there? I don't know what happened, but we made 4 hearts. I think I did a faulty claim. Oh no, they're down. No, they didn't make 4 hearts. They were down 1. Good, down 1. I'm so sorry to be all jumbled. Okay, so now I'm going to come back and chat to you one more time briefly. I would like to thank all of you for being here today. I hope you're playing a lot of bridge on BBO and having the time of your life doing it. Thank goodness for BBO and for ACBL for pulling this off and giving us every day an opportunity to play 2 or 3 times a day. I play every single day. So if you're interested, I can send you out some notes on this. If you would like to be part of my newsletter, send me an email at barbaraseagram@gmail.com. Please go to my website at www.barbaraseagram.com. And there's all kinds of recordings there that you can sign up to get, and lessons and notes that go with it. And I also have a new book that's just out, and I hope you'll think about getting it. I have a store online, or you can email me and I can mail it to you. It's called Barbara's Bridge Tips, and it's got a little section. They're all bite-sized chapters, and a little section on, there's a section on play of the hand, and on bidding, and on defense. So it's just out, and I hope you will enjoy it. And thank you so much for being with me today. And I hope to run into you in real life at a bridge club somewhere in North America. I travel a lot, and I sure would love that. Thank you so much for being here today. Bye for now.